So freshman year was really interesting because we were in the church, which was tiny, had this tiny little area. We had 4 classrooms. The science classroom had carpets.
We were living in a church essentially as a school. Then they started doing construction on the church like halfway through the school year, so like the walls were just like cut open for a majority of the school year, and so you would have wind blowing in there all the time. Then we were infested with bees all the time, and the classrooms were literally the size of a small closet.
I feel like there is no way to explain it to people who weren't there, just because like 69, 70-ish people in like basically what ended up being one room of a church building after everything else was taken away, with not functioning bathrooms.
You know, I'm sure a lot of people are going to bring up that in 9th grade they shut down the bathrooms at the church we were going to for our school, and we had to walk like all the way to the main building to go to the bathroom.
It honestly felt like summer camp. It felt kind of loose, but it was a lot of fun. I feel like they definitely focused on rigor and academics, but it definitely was a unique experience, and I liked getting to know everyone during that.
I liked the idea. I liked the idea of Stargate when they were in the church. It wasn't like fully executed yet, but I could see the vision for Stargate High School, and I remember just shadowing with Oliver, and I just like within the first hour of shadowing, I knew that I wanted to come here.
And so once we got this new building after freshman year, I don't know, I think we still stayed pretty connected like that first year when everyone was stuck together, which has made it pretty interesting being a senior now.
Honestly, the biggest thing I think people, myself included, were excited about was the fact that we were finally in a building with working bathrooms for the majority of the year, because some of us got pretty close with the people in the church, so it wasn't that bad. Transitioning into a bigger building, it kind of still had that community aspect together.
I feel like we've grown like course-wise and also like opportunity-wise. Like there's a lot more classes available now, and like especially for freshmen, sophomores, there's a lot more variety of APs they can take.
There's more clubs, there's more ways to get active. They've changed the assemblies to make them more inclusive and more fun. And yeah, there's just a lot more ways to get involved.
So I would say Stargate has helped me help me identify myself and my future career path through actually passion projects, and also this capstone project that's coming up. It's it's let us explore an area that we would want to explore more, and it's really given me a solid foundation of what I think social work is, and where I want my career to go from here.
Through the Adroit program, I'm not so much, we didn't really, the way my schedule worked out, because I ended up going to Bowman, I didn't really have the Adroit class, especially junior year. However, even starting from freshman year, we were kind of started on this path of passion projects and stuff like that. So I took that opportunity, and working with my friend Jacob and Blake, we were able to plan to build a rally car or a rallycross race car. The biggest problem with this project was money, obviously, because car parts are expensive, working on cars are expensive. You break things, you have to fix things, you have to buy new things all the time. So we had the struggle of finding money and fundraising. However, Stargate allowed us to use their parking lot on a Saturday for a couple years annually to host a car show where we raised money. In our first car show, we made $1,600 in donations, which was really incredible, and it helped us rebuild the entire motor and get to where we are right now.
Like, there's not many schools in the state of Colorado that would let you build and race a rally car as just a school project for fun, and would fund it and would back us up. I mean, they didn't necessarily fund it, but they did a pretty good job of getting behind us when they did do it.
Starting at the beginning of this year, I started working on a newspaper with Miss Krill as my capstone project, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do in college, and I still don't really know what I want to do in college, but it kind of gave me some ideas for my future, and it's kind of like I learned that I kind of like journalism, and it might be something that I would like to go into, so that's really cool since I've been able to work on the newspaper.
Stargate's really a unique school in the respect that every student is really encouraged to do what they want to do. Everyone here is gifted in some way, but we're not all gifted in the same areas. We all have our specialties, our interests, what we love to do. And Stargate is really good at just enabling you to pursue that and throw yourself head on at your passion, which is just absolutely invaluable for people who want to go into just about any type of career path. For me, it's helped me pursue my acting, my creating, everything I've wanted to do, from my writing to, again, my acting, my film production. It's all been really enabled here, and the teachers are really knowledgeable and help me learn everything that I have learned up to this point to help me maybe be able to do this as a living.
I've taken several different electives that I wouldn't normally have thought of taking, and it really just enhanced my experience because I wouldn't have done that otherwise, probably at another school. Just being able to explore different things that Stargate offers, and especially with Adroit, different topics that we had covered in that class, as well as my capstone project, which I probably wouldn't have pursued if I hadn't had the opportunity to do so.
Last year, I'm one of the captains of the girls basketball team, and we actually got the chance to go to state, and they gave us a bus and a hotel, and so we drove out there, and then we played the game, and we kind of got our butts kicked, but it was a really fun game. And that night afterwards, we were in the bus and we were singing Rockstar and Starships by Nicki Minaj and just having a really good time. And then the bus ride coming back, it was a 6-hour drive, we were all just kind of dead from the game, and we were laying on each other and covered in snacks, and it was just really fun and a really fun bonding moment.
I think as the school's grown with new grade levels and more kids, the variety of classes is also grown and actually really made it a fun place.
Stargate has sort of allowed me to expand my worldview by giving me classes such as linear algebra and Calc 3, as well as sort of less math classes like AP US history and world history, which allows me to see different cultures and different perspectives of the world. And that helps me sort of see what I want to do in the future and where I want to do it.
When I look back at high school, I'll probably look back on how Stargate changed me socially and just gave me those skills to become a more social person.
The community is so different. I just absolutely love how specifically the senior class is such a tight-knit group.
Or we kind of are all really close to each other. We know a lot about each other, and I think we're also just a lot kinder to people.
It has a more community feel than other high schools, I believe, because everyone kind of knows each other, even if you don't talk to everybody.
Because everyone knows who everyone is, especially, there's not really a separation, everyone's welcome to talk to anyone. There's not really separation among groups or classes, per se.
We generally try to rally around people if they're having a tough time. It's people and their friends will spread the word and get people to be positive about them.
I feel overall the one thing that Stargate has kept really true to is the fact that they care about the well-being of all the students, and that's what the deciding factor and the main factor is in every decision that's made.
It is really nice to actually know everyone that's in your class and not be you don't know who that is. Oh, I went to high school with you. Oh, I had no clue about that. It is nice to have a small class that we know everyone in. So
it's just growing up with everyone around you that just made Stargate a better place for high school.